Okay, so here we are at Caburn. It's kind of late winter. Very punchy conditions because the wind is off to the southeast, it's not really on the hill. And I thought I'd talk about a bit of thermaling because it's not actually that easy at the moment. So what I'm trying to do is make sure that I don't have any big hard turns where I lose height. That's how I use the outside brake, just to dampen out the corners to stop them tipping in. And I'm always trying to turn tighter on the stronger lift, particularly in broken conditions. There's some lift there. Should have turned already. I'm turning a bit late there. Going to come around and I'll probably intersect it 3, 2, 1, somewhere there. Okay, but I'm drifting over the hill now as well. So as always the game, you climb up in the thermal, you try and work your way upwind on the same thermal. There'll be little cores that come through, but they're coming off the same thermal source. So don't lose that line. The way to go upwind is just to go straight upwind from the lift. Now it takes a bit of time to get used to judging what the wind direction is. After a while it just becomes second nature. It's where your ground speed is slowest. So there's another core on the same thermal source. You can turn around just to experiment. I'm using this outside brake to dampen out the corner a little bit. Don't want to drop into the corner too tightly. It's only 0.8. And it also allows me to release the outside and get a sharper turn when I need it. There's a bit of lift. Turning into that one. Dampening out on the outside. Trying to find that center again, and when I find the center I can now speed up my corner. Okay, it's getting weaker there. Might just be the end of that little piece of thermal, or I might need to move my circle. So let's try and move over this way. I'm widening out to this side. Nothing. So now I'm going to come back to the line I was on, cross this way, round about there somewhere, and now I go upwind on that line again. And let's hope we intersect another core. Now the benefit of doing this is as you're going upwind, you're likely to strike stronger cores because they will go more vertically from the same source. So your climb should be improving. If you find you're getting a patch of dead air and it's just sinky, you've probably gone out the front. And that's a little spike, it's too small to react to. It's on 0, so it doesn't really matter if I'm gliding hands up or if I've got a little bit of brake on. I'm just trying to get the maximum feeling at the moment. Just trying to sense what the air is doing ahead of my leading edge. There, it's pulling me slightly into that. That's a good sign. This is now, feels like there's nothing on that side. And you see how much later it is that the vario responds to that feeling. Okay, I didn't feel like there was any lift on that side. I continue the turn just to demonstrate. But normally I would have just aborted that turn and carried on straight. So you can actually feel before you committed to the turn. So now I'm just going straight a bit more to try and find a better core. Still a bit broken. Well, that's 0.8, 0.9. I'm not getting the feeling. So I'm just going on. I'm going to glide forward a bit more. That's just a gust there, and I felt it was going weak on that side, so I didn't bother to turn into it. You want to have a feeling that the wing's actually pulling forward slightly. It's accelerating. That's the feeling of the thermal drawing you in. If it just knocks you back like that, like you feel like you've been hit in the face, that's a gust. That's just wind striking your glider and giving you lift because you're swinging. So it's all to do with the speed. If your speed's increasing with the lift, it's a thermal. If your speed's decreasing with the lift, it's gust. Okay, that's just bumpy air. Now I feel like I've come out the front of the thermal there. You hear the sink? It's gone back to level. See if I can get a little bit further out here. Nothing much happening now. Okay, now I'm getting close to where the thermals would be on the river. There's a river out here. So the ground close to the river is going to be very wet. It's right in the floodplain, and I'm unlikely to find anything there. So I think now I've flown right out of the front of that thermal core. There's a chance I'll find another one. There's something there. Now, did you notice the slight increase in speed there? Yeah, it's very broken. Now look at my averager. Now it's saying plus 0.1, 0.2. So this is where you work in this sort of broken lift. It's saying 1. So on average, through all those bumps, even though it doesn't feel particularly good, the average is saying 1. And that's where the vario is really helpful. The beeps I'm not so used, I don't find them that useful. You can feel more with your bum in the seat. But that's good. 0.5 it says. So that I trust. Now I set my average to be about 15 seconds. Might be 10, I can't remember on this one. But it's got to be at least 10 seconds. You want to have at least half a turn, half a circle, so that you're getting a true average and not just the immediate spike that's going to influence it. So now we're back to 0. So now I'm straightening up, pushing upwind again on that same line. I haven't changed my line all the way out here. Okay, now we're in pretty much nothing. Okay, I'm not feeling anything. The glider's just sitting there. There's a little pull, but that's just a gust and now sink. So I think that's game over. I'm now going to head back to the hill. And now going back to the hill, I'm going to cross. So now I'm going across for another thermal source. There's something there.